Please be careful when merging data sources to make sure that no data inadvertently disappears or is created. So how can this happen? One potential reason is due to the data being merged in the wrong order, and that is what I will look at in this video. What can go wrong with left joins when joining two tables from a database? Let's have a look at 3 slimmed down real-life scenarios along with the results which can arise if a merge is carried out incorrectly. The examples relate to maintenance schedules where equipment gets omitted from schedules, employee records where employees have disappeared, oops, and stock reflected in inventory when the stock does not actually exist. As data is being merged, in these simplified examples, I am looking to take 2 separate tables and bring them together to create one new table. To enact the merge, I will use a left join. Here, table 1 is the left table. A new table is created by bringing the columns of table 2 into table 1. In the merged table, the columns of table 1 are shown, then the columns of the second table are added on. Let's look at the first example relating to the maintenance schedule of electrical equipment. The end user wants to see all the electrical items with their current inspection status. The table on the left-hand side contains the 8 electrical items which require inspection, and the second table shows the 5 items which have been inspected. To carry out the task, I will merge both of these tables together to create a new table, providing the information required. So if we think about it, the user wants to see all electrical items. Therefore, as we have 8 rows containing items before the merge, we expect to see 8 items after the merge. If we don't have 8 rows, this should serve as a warning that something has potentially gone awry. So the order in which we join tables is important. With a left join, the left table dictates the maximum amount of rows which should be there after the join. If we take the inspections table with 5 rows and merge using a left join with the items table, this will result in a number of items dropping out, being items C, D and H, as there is nothing in inspections, being the left table, to attach to. So I have 5 rows after the merge, which technically is correct as inspections is the left table and has 5 rows, so I expect the new table to have 5 rows, but the answer is incorrect for the task set. For the task, I expect to see 8 rows and I don't. So that is a warning that the merge is not producing the answer we expect to see. So something is wrong with the merge. Let's correct that. If I reverse the position and use the items table as the left table, it has 8 rows, so I expect to see 8 rows after the left join. Now when we do the merge, you can see that all items remains with the inspections date and status shown for those items which have been inspected. Therefore, for the task, I want to see all electrical items with their current inspection. I expect to see the status for 8 items, and I see the status for 8 items. So using the left join and merging the tables in this order works. Note the real-life implications here if scenario 1 was provided as the result to an end user. There are many foreseen and unforeseen risks which could result from the end user not having visibility of all items requiring inspection. Remember that here I am using a very small dataset, so it is obvious that items are being excluded. But what if the end user was responsible for the maintenance of hundreds of items, with new items constantly being added and other items being disposed of, such that the number of items requiring inspection is not static? When would they spot if some items are missing from the schedule? Would they ever spot it? Let's look at another scenario. An employer wants a list of all employees with their driving licence status. We want all employees, and if a left join is done with the holds driving licence table on the left, as not all employees have a driving licence, in this scenario we lose 3 employees from the list. As we want all employees, we put the employees table as the left table. Now from the new merged table we can see all employees with those which hold a valid driving licence highlighted. The danger here is not just 2 driving licences. What happens if the user wants a list of all employees for another reason, perhaps to determine pay rises, and they think, I already have a list of all employees due to asking for the driving licence info, I'll just use that list. Do you want to be the employee omitted from getting a pay rise as you're not on the list? The point is, when you give someone a list of all for one purpose, you can't always tell what other purposes they will put it to and what the consequences of that could be. So again, beware that there can be foreseen and unforeseen impacts of merging the data incorrectly. Let's look at a third scenario relating to stock or inventory levels of products held by a company. Here the task is, I want to see all stock with its current location. Here I have 2 tables. The first holds the total stock of each item held by this firm. So for example, for item A, the firm in total has 12 units of item A. For this firm, the items are either held in a warehouse or shipped to a shop. In the second table, we can see how many items have been shipped from the warehouse to a shop ready for sale. For example, we can see for item A, shop 1 holds 1 unit of the overall 12 units, and shop 3 holds 2 units of the overall 12 units, which by default means that 9 are still held in the warehouse. Back to the task, I want to see all stock with its current location. If we use the shipped table and do a left join with the stock table, the merged table does not show all stock as C and D are not referenced. But that's not the only issue arising. The overall stock has increased from 43 to 51. We know that can't be right, as we can't just create stock by merging tables. So we know that the left join will not satisfy the task. Note that there are 7 rows before the merge and 7 rows after, but this in itself is not enough of a sense check to make sure the merge has worked. We still need to apply a does it make sense approach to the answer the merge is providing. And in this case, the answer does not make sense. Okay, what happens when we put the stock table as the left-hand table and bring in the stock shipped? This is not correct either, as we have 9 rows after the merge, but expect to see only 7. The reason we have 9 rows is that items A and G are stocked in more than one shop. But note that here the overall stock has increased from 43 items to 63. So again, I can tell that there is something wrong with the merge, as I can't magically create stock by merging tables. In this scenario, you could consider doing some data manipulation to the shop stock table first. For example, here I have a row for each item with a column for each shop. Now, if I do a left join by bringing stock shipped into stock, then I have 7 rows in line with expectations and my stock totals are correct. I had total stock 43 before the merge and 43 after. Returning to the task, I want to see all stock with its current location. It is not clear from glancing at the table how much stock is still in the warehouse. Therefore, after the merge, I can add a new column called warehouse, and the new column is just the total stock minus that held in the shops. The user can now see all stock and its current location. In summary, if items just disappear from records due to incorrect merging of data, or figures are overstated. There can be real consequences. Maintenance could be missed, which could result in fire or harm to individuals using the equipment. Employees could perhaps not get paid if they are removed from lists. The carrying value of stock in a company's accounts could be over or understated, to name but a few issues which could arise from data being merged incorrectly. And none of these scenarios are good. Yes, the merge error may not have such drastic consequences as I am laying out here, but the point I am trying to make is that data can impact real-life decisions and actions. It's not just numbers on a spreadsheet or in a report. So please, after you have carried out a merge, check that the data output makes sense. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to hear more from me, please click the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.